I'm Tawana from Women for Afghan Women, and my question is we had several civilian harms and casualties when the troops of United States and international community were large in Afghanistan. So now there's a decrease in number of the troops. How is it related to the casualties and harm in civilians? Is it decreased, the numbers? Do you have any findings that show, or it's increased? Like, how is it? Thank you.
I'm sorry to say it's increased, in particular as a share of civilian harm and civilian casualties. So I gave you that number earlier, where the fatalities caused by US forces had dropped to 9% in 2012. So if you now look at the civilian harm being caused by Afghan security forces, it's back up to around 40%, I think, now. So it's a much greater share, and it's partly because the nature of the conflict has changed. So a lot more of the civilian casualties are coming because of ground engagements, where civilians are in the crossfire. But it's also because the Afghan security forces are using a lot of heavy artillery. They don't have the precision weapons that the US had. And I think there's also, as I was saying earlier, I think there's also a limit to their commitment, really, to issues of civilian protection at this stage. I think there's willingness, certainly rhetorically at the top level. You've seen the President himself and the Chief of the Army talk about the need to protect civilians, but there's a lot further to go in terms of capacity of the troops, in terms of the equipment that they're using, in terms of the strategies that they're employing, and also just in terms of whether or not they've absorbed that really key lesson from our work, which is that this is a strategic matter and not just a moral, humanitarian or legal one.